from here the name AUTOSAR came. Auto means automotive, and OS means it is a open system. AR means architecture. So it's the derivation of this. Why AUTOSAR? Because like previously, as I told you, we have only the software, the application software, and so application software and the hardware. And now this in between the application software and hardware, the AUTOSAR came into the picture. Okay, so how it is came in between for the application software and hardware, we'll understand in detail. Okay, so what is AUTOSAR? AUTOSAR is a open and standardized automotive software architecture which supports standardized interface between the application software and base behavior function, whatever we discussed, right? The hardware and software. So in between it came. So that is the information. What are the two types of AUTOSARs? We have a classics AUTOSAR and so classics, so classic and non-classic. Okay. So and adaptive AUTOSAR is defined in several manner. Okay. So whatever the classic AUTOSAR, it is a static in nature. Whenever we require, we can change this. So with respect to the signal level, that will be the classic AUTOSAR. And adaptive AUTOSAR, it is a part of a dynamic. Okay, so static and dynamic. Dynamic is both, it have the messages and like it is both in the application deployment as well as the communication and resources. Okay, so you should give this information. What are the two types? And normally the difference between AUTOSAR and adaptive cruise controller, adaptive AUTOSAR is it follows the classic. It have embedded system C and bare boards, hardware, slow and signal based related thing. It had adaptive platform AUTOSAR. It have a C++ and POSIX and soft, and these are some difference on the high level. Okay. So next is the architecture. Whatever we talk about the AUTOSAR, we have the AUTOSAR basic software. Okay, so that is the in between the application software and hardware. Now we need to discuss about the AUTOSAR which we have. So in AUTOSAR, whatever the first layer is a microcontroller, the hardware, and the top it is a software. In between we have this BS layer, BSW. Some technical persons, managers, they will say that okay, what is a BSW? Where you will get the BSW software. So you should aware whenever you will get a chance into the organization. So whenever you are moving, right? సో మీరు ఇంటర్వ్యూలోకి వెళ్ళినా ఆర్గనైజేషన్లోకి వెళ్ళినా మీకు ఈ బిఎస్డబ్ల్యూ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటారు. ఓకే, సో బిఎస్ ఈస్ స్పెసిఫిక్లీ ద బేస్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్. ఓకే, వాట్ బేస్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ it contains the services and what is the ECU abstraction and the drivers and microcontroller data. So what exactly? So whatever the blue one, you can see the color of blue, it is a system services it have, and memory services and the communication services. Okay, system services, what it is, and what is the memory services, and what is the communication services. Okay, it is specifically for the diagnostics and CAN, lean, all comes under a part of the communication services. Memory services like EEPROM memory, so those data, it will be a part of the memory services. And system services are specifically the diagnostics. Okay, so and next we have a onboard device abstraction, means the services need to interact with the onboard devices. Okay, and on behalf of that we have the microcontroller. For to microcontroller we need to access, we have a drivers, like similarly we have a laptop, so the hardware, and for the USB, so you need some drivers for the USB drivers. And once the USB driver it have, you need a software, right? So USB driver software will be allowed to install. So once you are able to install that USB drivers, you are able to access the data. So that data is nothing but the system services, or this blue color it have. Okay, what is the next activity? You have a runtime environment, that is a RTE. So AUTOSAR is RT means runtime environment. Okay, we have a AUTOSAR RTE. So that is a one more layer. It will be in between the application layer and the basic software. So whenever someone talks about a BS software, you know about a BSW software. Whenever you will get the software from the system in like the developers, you will get the first thing is a base software. Base software means it is all comes under a part of the diagnostics and communication messages. This it will be comes under a part of a BSW. So complete software, it have a RT and application. So this is the software component which we have. Clear, right? This is a complete understanding of the AUTOSAR architecture, what it contains. Okay, so if you go in detail about application software, RTE, base software, microcontroller. So what is a uh, the base software it contains the software modules, so which are required for the higher level. And RTE, what is a runtime? It is middleware of the RTE, and ASW is the application software. It contains the functionality. You need to do the door control module or seat control. What exactly the functionality you should work? It will having this application software. It will be there in the application software. Okay. And next is a part of the internal components which we have. The service layers are OS services or memory services, COM services. So as I given in detail information here, and we have additionally the complex device drivers. And what are the other informations internally it have? So just it have the ports connectivity. So the what are the important things here to understand the AUTOSAR is for each application, no, like application software, you have other modules. So it have application software component, so actuator like sensors related, actuator related, all the features are integrated in the application level software. As I told you, right, it is a functionality software where it have. So, and next is a part of the RT and some of the interfaces like COM or diagnostics. So how it is interacting with each other. So it have a ports like a similarly like we have a hardware connectivity channels, right? So internally here also we have a receiver port provider. Provider means who will send the data, and receiver means who will receive the data. We have a P port and R port. Okay. And combinationally we have a provider and receiver port. Both activity, one port it will do for sending only, it won't receive, and one port it will receive the data, it won't transmit. So one port will be there, it will do both operations. So like this, the ports are three ports are classified. What are the interfaces? Port information, it have the sender receiver interface and client server interface and NV data interface, parameter update or module switch or trigger interface. Means like in microcontroller we have, right, like interrupt channels, IO channels. Similarly in the softwares also, whatever you need to receive the data or you need to exchange the data, you have this many ports. Means I don't want some application. Okay, if you say the NV block is the non-volatile memory block where I don't want to I remove this block. I don't want in my software. Just I remove this block and remaining things I can use it. Okay, with the help of this, just you can remove the port in link and it will be removed. Okay, so we are not distinct complete software. In between, if you say I don't want to add the parameter, I need to add the signal. So just you are changing the parameter to signal, so you can remove and you can be placed. Means the plug-in and plug out, it will be easier with the help of this automotive architecture. Is it clear, right, for you all? So this is a just understanding of AUTOSAR architecture, how it is supporting. Okay, so like this is a complete process. What exactly you are doing on the methodologies, what is the metadata and what is